What's up, Dragon Brood? Quick note before we get into today's deck, I want to remind everybody, be sure you hit that subscribe button and then hit the notification bell and click all notifications to make sure you get notified whenever our giveaway goes off next week. I'm going to send one notice out and you got to have your notifications on to make sure you get it. Also, I've had a couple people note that they had to actually go to their settings and then turn their subscriptions on because they were talking about not getting to see a lot of the videos from various creators that they subscribe to, and for whatever reason their subscriptions weren't on. So there you go, that's another tip that could help you out there. Now for today's video, we're going to be playing something cool that actually appeals to both control players and burn players, and that's mono red control. I know that sounds crazy, but it might be a thing in Alchemy Standard. Now again, as always, we want to show love to the channel partner, the people at Ultra Pro at shop.ultrapro.com. Make them your first choice if you're going to be getting cool supplies to protect your cards. Now, off the top, we are playing Play with Fire because the card's just good, right? You're playing burn spells, you want extra removal, you want to be able to scry. Like, yeah, this card's great. Then we're playing Spikefield Hazard because it lets us have all the mana we want. Because this deck, surprisingly, does eat up a good amount of mana. So you want as many as you can get, but you also want to not have to lose too many removal cards, so this is perfect for that. And it actually exiles stuff, which is pretty important in current standard for a few cards. Then we have Bloodthirsty Adversary. This doesn't get a lot of use in the deck, but the times you get it, you're going to like it. And you can sometimes just play it as a body, because we don't have that many, so sometimes you might need to just play it as a chump blocker as necessary. We're playing Electrostatic Blast. This is one of the new cards. You get to deal 2 to anything you want. And then your next instant or sorcery you cast actually gets to look at 3 cards. And then you get your choice to play one of those until end of turn. So they don't carry over turns, but you get access to 3 more cards for free. Not bad. Then we have Reckless Impulse. This is the opposite, where you get to look at 2 cards, deal no damage, but then you get to carry those cards over until the end of your next turn. So you can use it now or you can wait, which I like that a lot. This card is going to do a lot of work in this list for sure. Now we are getting to play Chandra, Dress to Kill, and I like this card. It's fun. You get to deal damage to the opponent. You get extra mana. You can look at another card to see if it's something you can play. And then if you actually get to go ultimate, then you get to just deal a bunch of damage. We might actually do that a couple of times, but it's not the way we're trying to win. A lot of times we're going to get there before we get to the ultimate, I'd imagine. Then Conductive Current. This is one of the other new cards we're playing, and it deals 3 damage to all creatures. And you get to choose an instant or sorcery in your hand, and then it deals 2 additional damage if it would otherwise deal damage. So that's actually pretty cool. And then we're going back and playing some Igneous Inspiration, just a straight up 3 damage to whatever we want, and it lets us get a lesson out of our sideboard. And then we're getting to play with Stensia Uprising. This just makes blockers every turn, buys us extra time that we need. So there's going to be some weird games where you're just going to stall out, but this is going to be making you enough blockers to get you there. Now, when you do get the 13 permanents, which is likely going to happen at some point, you can sacrifice this for 7 damage. A lot of times we're not going to want to because we want to keep getting those blockers. And we are going to have some creatures, potentially from Tibalt, that do care about us having blockers in play, or creatures in play that either trigger when we attack or trigger when we sacrifice them or whatever. So you don't necessarily want to just go getting rid of those. So something to think about even when you can deal 7. Now if you can deal 7 and put your opponent at risk where maybe you could burn them out from like 6 or 8 life or something, then go for it. But I wouldn't do it unless I thought we could put the opponent away. Or in the rare cases where you're playing against one of the life gain decks or something with Righteous Valkyrie, and you just need to put them down to like 20 life so you lose the Righteous Valkyrie bonus, then, situations like that. But otherwise, you probably don't want to be sacrificing this. We just talked about Tibalt. We are playing a Light Up the Night because that's just a big X spell and we can do dumb damage and we love that. And because we do have Planeswalkers, we do get a little bit of extra use out of it, which isn't bad. And then we have Crackle with Power. This is really just a finisher. If the game goes long and we've got 10, 11, 12 mana out, or if we have 7 or 8, I guess, with a couple of Planeswalkers that can produce mana, then you go ahead and fire this off and just try to end the game. The rest of the way, we've got Shatterskull Smashings for 4. We have 4 Den of the Bugbear, 13 Snow-Covered Mountains, and 1 Faceless Haven. Now, I do want to say that I was working on this for a while, and we did see a version of this, I believe, on MTG Zone, where I got a couple of little ideas, and we tweaked a couple things, but I think we're within about 4 or 5 cards, so it's going to be kind of interesting to see how it plays. But anyway, as always, don't forget there will be a password hidden in the video, so don't forget that to be eligible for the additional drawing. And we'll definitely have something to talk about this deck on the back end, so definitely check the end of the video, because we're going to talk about updates to this list, what we would change, and have a card spotlight for you as well. Let's keep this and hope we can find some extra mana here, because we definitely need to get to 3. If we can get to 3, we're probably all right. All right, that takes care of the early concerns. Alrighty. Let's see if this resolves hitting that duder. It does. Fantastico. Alright. Since we have Conductive Current here, I can't think of a way that if they're using that for life gain that's going to punish us too much. Let's just go to the opponent's dome. Let's get... I think I'm just going to try to start prepping to play the long game here with the Mascot Exhibition. I think. Since we've got Stensia Uprising in hand ready to go. I do appreciate that it shows you how many permanents you have in case you're worried about keeping count. I don't think we'll ever get to 13, but the idea is we're just going to get to keep making 1/1s and have a bunch of blockers. Or attackers in this case. Alright, there's Cleric of Lifespawn. We could try to kill those. Let's go ahead and do this first. Interesting, too, that they're playing Clerics in Esper colors. I'm wondering what they're getting out of the blue. Other than maybe playing, like, Malevolent Hermit or some such. I could see that being possible. Yeah, no block. That was kind of part of the understood plan here. Oh, that's cute. Let's go ahead and do that. No point in attacking and letting them block. We'll choose this. And they get a Deuter back. Yep. They get some things. Oh, I should have actually chose Conducive Current. Oh, that would have been smarter. Because then I'd be able to deal 5, because it deals that much plus 2. Yeah, that would have been a better choice. It's not too bad, really, though, because, I mean, as it stands, yeah, they'll get a bunch of life, but you don't really get the bonuses for the Cleric of Lifespawn. You only get it for the first time you gain life for the turn. Okay, that's a lot of life, but not end of the world type stuff. I guess we go ahead and block this. Or do we just prevent more damage here? I guess we do this. Why not? I mean, if we find a land, then we just do both these. Okay, well, that qualifies, I guess. Let's go ahead and take 3. Since I kind of goofed up this whole situation to create this in the first place. And then I'll do this first. And this is the next time you play one of those until the end of turn. Oh. So it's not next turn, it's just till the end of this turn. Ah, well. Seems to still be correct. Sadly, we're going to lose some good cards here because we can't do anything with them. Yep. But we do have 5 mana and a Chandra on deck, and we're going to make another token at the end of turn, so we'll see. We're not really hurting that bad yet. Okay, we could be hurting pretty serious if we're not careful. Yep, that's going to be a problem. That's going to be, well, maybe not going to be a serious problem. Okay, well, we'll try again. Target, oh, I forgot. This is perpetual if we do that ability too, so it would stay forever. Oh, that's good to know. Only can deal 2 with that, so we gotta hit this again. Alright. Did we exhaust all the things? Okay, it looked like we may have. Okay. So now I was gonna say, do we just play Chandra here? Seems safe. Why not? And we can't choose. The one only deals to a planeswalker or a player, so that doesn't really help us here. So we're probably just gonna exile the top. Excuse me. Exile the top and see what we find. Okay, they had a Vanishing Burst anyway.
Wow. Not even
So no worries then. Couldn't do anything with that to begin with, so I think we'll wait, just roll off an Electrostatic Blast next turn, and then that's going to be our game plan. Alright, sounds good. Oh, an aura. That is going to be annoying. That is going to be very, very annoying. So what do we want to do here? I guess we blast one of the phantoms. To do what, though? To play an Electrostatic Blast? Well, we already played a land, though. That's kind of a bad idea. What's the best thing to do here? We let them get one of their life gainers back, which would be annoying, but probably correct. I really don't know how I feel about this. I don't like any of these choices, y'all. I really don't. I guess... Yeah, I really don't know what I want to do here. Oh, boy. Alright, I'm going to let it roll. I may end up just triple blocking an aura here and let them get something back and then sweep the board next turn. That might just be where we're at. Sucks, but, you know, reality is what it is. I mean, if we can survive all this life gain and all the craziness, I mean, we might still be onto something here, but gosh dang. Another Chandra. All right. Well, we can try that after the fact. Okay, so here's an interesting thing. We can actually now just do... we're only at 9, though. I was going to say I wanted to take a chance and only play, like, an Electrostatic Blast, but I don't think we can. Kind of sucks. I say that. We probably could gamble, but if they have a way to pump these, it's going to be super annoying. But I almost feel like, for the sake of creativity, we need to try. Yeah, okay. Sure. I mean, you know, they could just as well draw, like, Righteous Valkyrie here and then we just die. Or be close to dead. So, I know the risk. We'll just see what they draw. Well, that's one thing. Alright.
Listen, pal, I'm with the Gatewatch, so come on, Chandra. Think of something
Dang it.
good.
All right. I guess we go and hit this. Man, no lands in any of those. And we're still sitting here with this Mascot Exhibition we picked up on like turn 3 or whatever it was. Alright, finally got there. I mean, I could have plussed also on this turn even if we didn't find the land, so not worried about it. We're going to go ahead and plus Chandra since we're not likely to play anything. Play this.
This is a warning shot.
Get a pile of bodies. Alright, we're at 14. We could fire this off for 7 next turn if we wanted to. Don't think it'd be a smart thing to do, but we could. Actually, you know what? Let's look at the top card just in case. We'll go ahead and hit the opponent with that.
So what?
And then we'll attack. Alright. I mean, a life gain deck probably stands to be the toughest thing. Wow. Okay. Okay. Okay, I think we're going to go ahead and keep this. I don't know if we can really do enough with it, but, you know, this is all still part of figuring things out. Blue deck's probably not our favorite thing to see here, but we'll see. Depends on what they're doing. I mean, the good news is we can play some burn spells during their end step and set some things up, so we'll see. Maybe we'll get to kill him with a Crackle with power. That'd be a fun one. This is a little tough, right? Because we can play Reckless Impulse. We don't necessarily want to play this first, because then we play the Impulse. We're going to get a bunch of cards we can't actually use. So let's just go ahead and Impulse here. Okay. We at least have a land we could play next turn. So that's something. Well, they're both going to come into play tapped anyway, so let's go with this. And let's see, we'll have we have 7 cards in hand. We could cast another, but that seems, I mean, I guess we just do this. A little bit wasteful, but sure. The other one resolved. Let's see if this gets countered. Alright, so we got a land in a Stensia Uprising. We could at least try to cast it. It's a free card. There's no way they're going to let us resolve it. But, you know, we could at least hope. But getting rid of some of these things from the opponent's hand does clear the way for other cards. Oh, we actually are going to get to resolve it. When an island enters the battlefield, they get to go search for a thing. Which is unfortunate, because a couple of things they can go get have some pretty high toughness. If you're curious, you can go get a 6/6. A 3/3, a 3/1, a 2/3. That's actually one of the more problematic ones. Good thing we have sweepers, though. Pouncing Shore Shark, not so annoying. That is actually really unfortunate, because then they could draw extra cards. Spine Megalodon, also Giant. So yeah, lots of things they could get. Let's see where it ends up, though. Okay, okay. That's going to leave us 8 cards in hand. I'm not even sure what I would want to discard here. Tibalt's probably the correct answer, in all reality. So let's go ahead and just do this and play this. See if it sticks. When I get a token, they could bounce a token, I guess. And then we will discard, I think it's going to be Tibalt. Mostly because if they do get a shark or something else, there are some combinations where we could, like, maybe produce enough damage to kill something big. But we'll see. Or maybe even just set up enough on the board. I don't know what the opponent's doing, though. Their hand's actually very slow. They're obviously finding something good or big to put into play. I just don't know what it is yet. There's a Celestis. They don't seem to be doing anything with 3 mana or whatever in hand, so I'm just going to take damage here. Mostly because attacking the opponent seems beneficial and fine. Okay. We probably want to kill that angler, huh? So what if we just attack? And there's a chance they'll want to stop this from killing the angler. So let's shoot it for 2. This sets up our next spell. If this even resolves. I mean, it may not. Okay, they do let it resolve. So we play this, and this gives us access to more cards. Alright, so they Fading Hoped it. Sure enough. Works for us. Oh, we lose the Chandra. Damn. Damn, that's not what we wanted. I would have really liked to have had that here. Wow. I guess we do that. We can play Reckless Impulse. Problem is, I think we're at a point where we're probably going to be trying to resolve a Tibalt or something here now. So, yeah, I think we just end the turn. No need to get too crazy. They're probably going to play whatever one of the big things is they found with their Angler at this point. Nope, they're just playing the Angler again. Interesting. I mean, I guess they could have... Well, I don't know. I mean, why? I mean, I guess they only found the really big things. Might be the problem here. This is a strange game. I'm not really sure where this all sits. Because we know a couple of the 3 of the cards are these. So, I mean, are any of those counters or anything at this point? I mean, we can go ahead and shoot the opponent. That just sets up our next instant or sorcery. So it's not even the next spell we play. We have time to let that resolve. Yeah, I guess we go ahead and hit up a Tibalt, which I'm assuming has to get countered, right? Like, some number of cards in their hand have to be counters. There we go. Like, that at least makes sense. I can buy that version of the story. Alright, go ahead and play that. No attacks. Now, one of the other things we can think about here is that if we do hit Tibalt, we can now use the extra mana to play one of these. Well, no, because that only reveals till end of turn. So actually, we probably just need to cast it by itself. That has hexproof, but we're not all that worried about it. Like, it doesn't do anything else, so it's fine for the time being. We draft a card and get to play a card. Let me take a look at... we could end up getting a creature. If we get creatures, we're fine. We don't necessarily want to get a spell yet, because we want to be able to do it when we have all of our mana up, is the trick here. So let's go ahead and just do this. We can deal 3 to a creature or a planeswalker. But I think... I mean, obviously, they could take the 3 instead. So let's just go ahead and draft a card. Let's stick with the plan. Alright, not too bad. We would have access to 4 mana, right? Because we get the 2 from Tibalt, plus we have 2 available in play. So as long as it's your turn, it has first strike. Whenever another creature dies, deals 1 damage to target creature or planeswalker. Or target player or planeswalker. This gets a bonus. Let's go ahead and snag this. And then we'll just play that. And then our Stensia Bloodhall's actually now it's 13, which does matter, but no attacks. We'll keep our blockers to deal with the opponent's stuff here. Which we could, like, have weird combinations of, like, shove a bunch of things in front of something if we want to. Here, though, if the opponent taps out to play something big, we might just use Tibalt and then try to go big with Crackle with power. Because we'd be able to Crackle for, well, divide by 0, so we don't get to do anything with that. But I can say Crackle would have been... Let's see, we start for 2, we'd have 1, 2, we'd be able to do it for 3, which would have been 15. That would have been a real number. So, you know, that's something to think about. Ooh, what do we have in the yard here? I guess we go ahead and just Tibalt again. Seems reasonable. I mean, opponent's not really doing anything. I hope this isn't a boring game for y'all. Like, I don't know what the opponent's deck even does other than just load up on big creatures that they're not really taking advantage of. So I'm kind of confused. Or we could take another one of these. So now whenever a creature dies, we're going to do even more damage. So yeah, I'm game. And it's to a player or planeswalker. So if we attack with 3, if they block 2, we get to do 4. I kind of don't hate that, but I don't want to attack yet. I think we can do better on defense than attacking. Ruin Crab, sure. That might even help us because we have a Bloodthirsty Adversary in hand. I wish I was... This is where I wish we had a log in Arena, because I kind of should have been keeping track of how many cards the opponent has in hand, because I think their hand is all stuff they got from the Angler at this point. Except for maybe one card that they just drew this turn. That's a 6/6, and Serpentine can't be blocked except by other Krakens and blah blah whatever. Okay, sure. Doesn't say anything about sharks, so it would be just that 6/6 we're concerned about. Fair enough. Good thing we can try to kill it. All right, opponent still wants to play something else here, it looks like. And this is going to be very interesting. Another Ruin Crab. All right. So now it's just, do they have a Fading Hope? Are all those cards actually what we think they are? If they are, then I'm going to go ahead and just kill the Serpent, because that's the only thing that could really get us dead right now that we're worried about. Nothing else is really relevant here. So let's go ahead, cast this. Target this. Gets us access to lands. Okay. Well. Now, is there anything interesting we could do with this? If we plus Tibalt, that gives us access to 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. This could be 4. That doesn't do anything. Okay. So then, I guess we're going to, I guess we just make sure and kill it while we can. I'm going to say, if they could bounce it, they can bounce it. We're not going to really care. Oh, creature died, huh? It's not even just our creatures. I totally didn't realize that. I read that as being our creatures die. Oh, look at that. Isn't that something? Oh, Hell Rider. Hell Rider. Oh, I love that card. Card's so sweet. And whenever we attack, we deal 1 damage to a player or a planeswalker. So we attack for 4, 5, 6, 7. Puts the opponent at 8. And then if anything dies, it's double damage. Yeah. This is not how I thought we were going to win this, but here we are. I mean, you know. Yep, you got to prevent what you can. All right, so they're going to take 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, and go to 1. Sounds good. I'm totally down with that. This has been a very strange game, y'all. Not at all how I predicted, but Tibalt came through. The pranksters are doing their thing. We have a Light Up the Night we could use. I mean, we kind of have it all right now, right? I mean, what's the opponent's plan here? They're at 3. I mean, unless you're going to bounce our Spiteful Pranksters or something, we just attack with everything. If their creatures or our creatures die, they're in bad shape. They don't know that we have Burn in hand on top of that. We can also create an extra creature with our Den of the Bugbears. Alright. I mean, it doesn't stop us from just attacking with them next turn. I mean, you can block 2, take 1. Sure. I mean, you could take out, yeah, you could take out Tibalt. You do your thing, opponent. I think we're still good here. I mean, I think we just have to play... Well, if we play both Pranksters and attack for 4, if they block 2, take 2, they would still be alive. All right, so that's not the answer. So it's 1 Prankster, attack with everything, shoot the opponent. Technically, actually, we could just do this, I think. And then that would also do it. Because we could just shoot the opponent for 2, because we already have 1 in the yard, right? Yeah. So we could just shoot the opponent for 2, then attack with 5 things. They block 1, 2, 3, 4. 1 gets through, and they took the other 2. Yeah. Either way, it's all the same. It's all the same. It's all extra damage. It doesn't matter. We have like 3 different ways to possibly win here. But we also could have wiped the board, and I guess that would have killed the opponent too. So, I mean, like, because all the creatures would have died and triggered this as a sweeper. So all of it would have been bad for the opponent. They didn't have an out here, actually. Yep. Just block away. Yep. Sounds good. All right. Got there. All right, we get to play against Sharky McCard, and I'm going to keep this. This hand's not great, but I kind of want to see it on principle, just to see what it can do. Because we're really not going to do much on turn 2. Honestly, we're kind of hoping they just play a 1 toughness thing we could kill here, which they do. So that at least buys... Okay, there we go. Now we got a turn 2 play we're looking for. Now everything's coming up Millhouse. Like, this is exactly what we want now. Yep. Now we get to kill that. And actually, though... I'm probably going to end up wasting this Electrostatic Blast benefit. But that's okay. It's possible, depending on what they do, we could just play Chandra next turn. But maybe not. Stormseeker. Alright, well, we're going to have to waste our benefit from that thing. Kind of unfortunate, but makes sense. Yeah, we're not going to get to play those. Oh, we're going to lose a Tibalt. That's so sad. 1, 2, 3. We probably need to go find more land here. I am not opposed to this plan. Pit Fighter. Well, we can go search for a land, which seems necessary. Gain some life. I don't want to use the light up the night just yet, so let's use this. Now, if they have the right thing, they could shoot us. Yeah, exactly. Oh, they didn't have the other mana. I thought they had something else. I was thinking they were going to maybe shoot us with a 1 mana thing, then use it, but they didn't have it. So they're looking for more answers here themselves. Makes a lot of sense. They're to Chandra. We may actually have to just try to kill that outright, because that's going to be very bad. So we definitely want that dead. Good thing we held on to the light up the night, because we're going to need to hit her for 4 if we can draw land.
Aw, you're looking a little...
We did not draw land. That is a problem. So now we kind of have opposing Chandras, and this is weird. Okay. Well, we can play Chandra and deal 1 damage to a Planeswalker. And leaves us 2 mana, and we could play Reckless Impulse. We just have to hope they don't get a Hasty Boy and kill our Chandra. But it's what we gotta do, so...
You might as well give up
+1. Shoot their Chandra. Let's go ahead and play
Heat up
this.
the dance floor.
Oh, I totally forgot I had that waiting. Oh. Well, we wouldn't have really hit, would we? Nah. Alright, that's fine.
Hey, listen, let's bring things up to a simmer.
Alright, well, we're in business, y'all. The opponent's Chandra does nothing. Actually, hold on. Yeah, that's fine. Let's just do it like this. Shoot their Chandra.
Hey,
Then we'll follow up with this.
aw, you're looking
Man, I really
a
got to
little-
pay attention and learn these new cards. There's a lot of awkward interactions happening all over the place.
Oh,
We'll play a land.
why?
And then I think we're just gonna pass here. Not much need to do anything else. Now we're setting up just a big light up the night followed by a Crackle with power, I think is where we're at. Well, that's convenient. However, I might just want to go ahead and do this. This only, unfortunately, does not hit creatures. That's a little bit of a downside. So I think we're gonna do this. Because we get to just kill this duder. Oh, they get to plus them, don't they? Yeah, it's +1/+1. Totally forgot. That's my mistake. My mistake. I was thinking it was +1/+0, but it is not. So it makes us waste a card, which is my
This a
stupidity.
warning shot.
But doesn't really matter much. And we'll just pass. I mean, we played Tibalt and Chandra. We have tons of mana to do all the stuff we want to do. So we can plus, we draft. We take Brimstone Vandal. When it's day or night, it becomes day. Whenever day becomes night, deals 1 damage to each opponent. I'm not super excited by that. I'm only going to have access to 4 mana. Because I have the 2 from Tibalt. I can get 1 from Chandra and a land in hand. So, really don't have much choice. We can only really cast this anyway. So, let's just plus to hit the opponent. Play
Let's
this.
bring things
Make a
up
body.
to a simmer.
It does have menace, so that's also nice. Yep, they did. Alright, looks our opponent's ready to go. We're going to go ahead and play this. Then I think our plan next turn is just play Reckless Impulse. And hopefully try to find some mana to set up a couple of future turns. Is what we're going to be hoping to do here. That does not check those boxes, sadly. So, yeah, about that. I think we're just going to try to play Chandra and call it good, I think. I don't think we're really doing much else here. Which isn't like the worst thing or anything. I mean, we could play Chandra into a Tibalt potentially next turn.
Listen, pal.
So that's
I'm
actually
with the
pretty sweet.
Gatewatch, so you might as well give up already.
So opponent goes to 19.
Give that
And now
toast.
we're kind of playing the role of
I'd
the burn
love
deck
to.
here. Till we figure out what the opponent's up to. Alright, so they're going to divide by 0 our Chandra. Which likely just leads to us playing another Chandra. Yeah. And you know, knowing what we know now, I'm going to go ahead and
This
just
little
play
candle
this.
is gonna set your world on fire.
And we're going to plus Chandra. And we're going to get what value we can get
You're
right now.
looking a little
And just keep the pressure up. Now, I would guess this is in a matchup where we're a little bit advantaged because they're going to have stuff that deals with creatures, and we don't have a lot of things that are creatures. So I would think this is to our benefit. But that doesn't mean they can't have like counters and things still here. So we do need to at least be a little bit careful. So that's plus.
Let's bring things up to a simmer.
All right, I guess we're gonna try, because why not? This has to get countered though, right? No. Ooh. Well, that's something we weren't planning on. This is like just free bonus turn. All right, opponent, how you doing? Oh, you're not gonna rope us now, are you? All right. Sin Prodder. Let's take that. That seems like the most interesting thing. And even if it's countered, we don't care because it's just a free card to us. Yeah, fine. You do you, opponent. They bottom both cards, drew 2. Opponent's at 15. We've got 2 Planeswalkers. We got backup Chandras. Yeah, they're giving up there. Cool. Alright. Put this in tapped. I probably could have taken the damage here safely, but we can just use these next turn because we're not doing much else. And I actually really don't even want to shoot that. So, yeah. We'll just pass. Alright. We'll take us some damage. Why not? Let's shoot the opponent with one of them. Ah, that seems fine. Like, we're not going to be using our mana for anything else. Let's just keep the opponent's life total down and do some things. Let's go find some mana, though. We also now have the ability to Chandra and shoot something, so get a little bit of protection if we feel we need it. Yep, reasonable. Sure, Chandra. We'll play a land. We'll +1 to shoot the opponent. I'll probably just use it to gain some life here. There's a good chance Chandra's just going to die anyway. Though I was thinking it might be by way of Vanishing Verse or some such here. Now, if they do take this turn to play Lolth, that's actually pretty good for us. Kaya. Kind of annoying, not going to lie. But we still lose Chandra either way, so it's not that big a deal. It was all kind of part of the same plan.
Next time, I'll wear more comfortable shoes.
And this only deals damage to each creature. Random. Well, how do we want to go about this? Because obviously we want to kill Kaya. That's important. I don't think that's even in question. But what do we want to do with this other conducive or conductive current, I think is the question. Because we can attack into Kaya, opponent blocks, we get to kill the Skullport Merchant, then we kill, but I don't even think that does enough, really. So I say here, we just kill Kaya.
That's it. I quit.
And then I think we just wait. I don't think we even waste these. Which feels kind of silly and random just to sort of sit here. But okay, now we're going to get more value because we were patient. Now, admittedly, it's probably just going to be another like Shambling Gas and a Merchant, and we're going to leave them with a pile of mana, but we at least get more value out of our card. So there's that. Wait, what? You didn't get anything? What? Really? Is that even possible for it to work that way? What just happened? Does the opponent just really need that mana here? I don't know what's going on. I for real am 100% confused right now. Because that searches, it seeks 2 things. And you just put one into play, but they didn't even... Like, okay, we'll take the 2. I don't know what's going on here. I need to process reality for a second. I am genuinely baffled. And I wish I was exaggerating even a little bit, but I totally am not. Alright. We'll go ahead and use Current. We will take this time to Spikefield Hazard this thing. Now if we get a land, we could play both of these. If they play Loth, we can just get rid of the whole pile of things. If they Blood on the Snow and get back Kaya, that's annoying because we don't... Well, not really. We just attack into Kaya. So I guess it's fine. Disciple, which will let them draft up a thing. So this is just an Orzhov Control-y type deck is all we're staring at. Alright, if we do that for 4, that doesn't give us, just gives us the ability to get 3 mana. So that's not going to help us. So let's go ahead and just play this and have a blocker. Why not? Oh, this is going to get Vanishing Burst? Is this the thing? No, it doesn't. Wow. Okay. I did not see that coming. If I remember right, this all gets like mostly creature stuff. Yeah. Oh, enchantment stuff. Alright, yeah, no blocks. We can wait. We have enough life that we're not in a huge hurry here. Fell Stinger lets them sacrifice and go get exactly what they want. So fair enough. Get all the cards here. That's good value, opponent. That's great value. Kind of glad I played the Uprising, because if they were to get something to get rid of the Uprising, we actually get a clear path for Tibalt for a turn. Though, they would actually have Hive of the Eye Tyrant still, so that's not great. But it's something. What are you doing here? Another Shambling Gasp? Sure. Another Fell Stinger for more cards? Sure. Get rid of my 1/1. Probably makes sense. Unless you just really need the treasure. Though the opponent's getting low on life, so we could get to, in reality, the 13... Oh. Oh. Can we... 1, 2, 3? That's only 5. We need to get some more mana out. How do we want to go about this? We could... Nah, we're... Oh, yeah, actually, we could. We could, and then we could Conductive Current here. And they would only be able to attack with 1 land. 1, 2, 3, 4... Ooh, they'd be able to send both if they tapped out. I think we're kind of okay with that, though. Oh, no, we'll have 1 blocker. Because we get 1 at the end of the turn. So that's okay. Sure. Let's do it. Whenever you cast a non-creature spell, it gets +2/+2. It has haste. It's not going to do a lot for us. Sin Prodder at the beginning of the top 2 of your library. An opponent may have you put 1 card in your graveyard. The player does. Deals damage to him. Otherwise, put that card in your hand. Yeah, we'll go ahead and take Sin Prodder. Why not? Opponent's low enough that we're now starting to think of scenarios that could get us to the end game, as it were. Yep, we don't get to play it anyway, because we ended up playing the other card. But now, Crackle with power. Oh, it's going to do an additional 2. I forgot. We still have the hangover from playing the Conductive Current. So... maybe this is a thing. So we can right now get for 7. We just got to get 3 more points in on the opponent somehow. Oh, man. All right. So we get 1, 2, 3, 1, 2. Oh, actually, no. We actually have enough now. Oh, yeah, that's going to be it. Because Tibalt's going to give us +2 mana. That's it. Crackle with power. Crackle with power is going to do it. I don't know why I said cackle. It's Crackle with power.
You will serve me well.
Yeah, that's going to do it. Wow, against the Azorius or the Orzhov Control deck, huh? Just double checking my math, but that's 2 to start it. Then we get 3 and we get 3. So X is 2 times 5 is 10. We get to pick up to 2 targets, which we will do. And yeah, it looks like that's going to be it. Draft another Duder. That doesn't even really matter here. Sure. And then we're just going to Crackle with power with X equals 2. Use that as 1 target, and that is 1 target. There you go. Okay, in the interest of full disclosure, we did lose 2 other games in there between those other games. One, I believe, was to a Orzhov life gain clerics list, and the other, I think, was to some type of awkward blue-red deck that we just got a bad draw and they hit what they needed to. So make of that what you will. This is a very small sample size, but it's a really fun and sweet deck. Now, I will say, the one thing I decided to do with this list, I decided to take out the adversaries, and that may be something you want to keep, so feel free, but the list I'm going to post is actually without adversary, and it actually plays 2 additional Stensia Uprising, so now you have 4, and then it's going to have 2 copies of Meteor Storm. And the reason I wanted to play Meteor Storm is there's a lot of times we need to be able to hit 2 or 3 creatures, or even something with a high toughness that's like 5, 6, or 7, and you don't have a good way to do that right now. And kind of the other options you have are stuff like burn down the house. However, we're playing the Planeswalkers, so we don't want to put those at risk. So this was the other choice we're going to go with. It should work out pretty well though for you in most cases, so I don't think it's going to be too big of a deal. But I wanted to at least put that out there so you understood what those changes are about when you download the list. Now, for today's card spotlight, we're going to talk about Fight with Fire. This is actually a cool card from Dominaria that would have been perfect for a deck like this. You know, it can deal 5 and hit something, or you can kick it later for I think a total of 8 or 9, and then you can deal 10 damage, split any way you want. That seems pretty damn cool. Like, I would love to have something like this, be able to take out a big creature early, finish the opponent late. That's exactly the type of card this deck wants. It's kind of funny because this card kind of been lost to the annals of time, but it was an actual finisher in some decks in Standard while it was around. What was that, like 3-4 years ago? So it's been a little while. But yeah, cool card. Not worth a whole lot. It's only about 7 cents. So, I mean, it's more than what you probably thought it was worth, but you don't get any real money for it. It's just kind of a cool additional card. Now, if you do have some type of deck where you can generate a lot of mana, especially in like Commander, and you're looking for another type of finisher or something that could hit multiple targets, this is something worth considering and should be pretty easy to get your hands on. Now, don't forget, please check out the links in our description if you want to come by and join our streams. Come check out our stuff on Facebook, on Twitch. If you want to just come say hi in the Discord, we've been having tons of conversations over there. And remember, we need you to subscribe. Join the channel, honestly, that helps a lot if you want to do that. But remember, subscribe, hit the notification bell, click all notifications because that's super important, and then be sure to check your subscriptions to make sure everything is on so you don't miss out whenever we send out that notification for the giveaway here in a few days. But that's all I have for you for now. We'll see you next time.